Herzlich willkommen zum ersten Podcast von Juggle for Life. Ich bin Jule und ich habe jetzt ein Jahr vor mir, wo ich nochmal suchen kann, weil ich eigentlich Lehrerin bin und irgendwie das Gefühl habe, ich brauche aber noch was anderes und ich weiß noch nicht genau, was das ist. Und da habe ich mir jetzt ein Jahr Auszeit genommen, um zu schauen, wie Menschen in der Welt Bildung machen, weil ich glaube, es ist in allen Ländern immer ein bisschen unterschiedlich und ich will das Beste davon mitnehmen und lernen und dann irgendwann wieder mit zurückbringen. Mein größtes Ziel ist allerdings, Jonglage, also Zirkus, mit Bildung und Persönlichkeitsentwicklung zu verbinden. Und deswegen mache ich mich vor allem in Zirkusprojekten auf den Weg durch die Welt. Und heute habe ich schon meinen ersten Gast, nämlich den Robert Herse. Der ist Jonglagetrainer und hat ein Unternehmen, das nennt sich More Than Balls in Amsterdam und ist auch Lehrer an der Nomads Business School, die ich heute Abend besuche. Und ja, wie Robert jetzt ein Unternehmen trainiert über Jonglage, das werde ich euch jetzt zeigen. Ab jetzt geht's in Englisch weiter. So Robert, which are the stepping stones of creating your company, More Balls Than Most?
A combination of realizing that it's possible to do lots of different things in life. You don't have to follow a particular route that's determined for you by your education or by your background or by your expectations. Anything can change in life. And when I discovered I could sell my own pictures and live from being a street musician, which was always a sort of a game and an experiment, but just having discovered that made a big difference in my life, made everything possible. Mm-hmm. And obviously it wasn't always easy, but it was a way of being free from a more conventional way of looking at my future.
Okay. Yeah, and how did you get this idea to combine juggling and education? Or just tell what you do in your company. If you tell it to someone who does not know you, what are you doing?
What we try to do is to teach people or show people that they can learn something new very quickly, that a barrier to learning is often part of old habits, and that's why we call what we do the art of letting go, being aware of where you have barriers to your own personal development and change, and in a fun way, in a playful way. When you discover that with the juggling, which we do, your catch reflex is something that holds you back, and it's your friend, but it's also your enemy at the same time, because you need it, but if it's dominant, it holds you back. So in fact, all we do is help people release their creative energy by letting go. And if they do that, they discover that the rest can just come. And we focus on the dancing balls instead of working out how it has to happen. But of course they understand where the barriers to change are and what they have to do and the technical side. But in the end it's part of the dream, just holding three balls and seeing them dancing and seeing the big smiles come on their face when they suddenly discover after 30 minutes they're juggling three balls, which they never thought they could do.
And how can you transfer this to the everyday life, what they learn in your courses through juggling? Is it like a metaphor? Or?
Yes, I think it's a metaphor for finding where your barriers to your personal development are, being aware of them, and finding some way of getting through them, either through a method, through coaching, through being brave, stepping out of your comfort zone. As you know, we have our comfort zone, we have the learning zone, and we have the panic zone. And we like people to get into the learning zone and sometimes even into the panic zone, which we've also done with in this company with a personal program for a senior CFO, Chief Financial Officer from a large company in Nigeria, who came over, and he really wanted to do a course which challenged all his fears. So he was frightened of water, so we did a water program with diving, with boating, with sailing, with all sorts of stuff with water. We taught him to juggle on a boat, which was really funny. So that sort of thing we also do with this business, with this More Balls Than Most. Obviously More Balls Than Most means having more courage than most people. The courage to step out of your comfort zone, because that's where you're going to learn new things about yourself and develop your potential.
And what does juggling really mean to you? What kind of passion is that? What does it make?
Juggling is a challenge. It gives me a lot of joy. The Joy of Juggling was a little book about juggling many years ago, written by a couple of guys in London. And the joy of juggling is partly energy. Juggling is all about energy. It's about focusing your energy, the renewal of the balls always coming back. You have to deliver quality in the throws, otherwise it goes all over the place. So it's focus, it's meditative, it's good for your body because it trains you, it keeps you alert. And if you keep learning new tricks and learning 3 balls, 4 balls, 5 balls, even 6 balls is possible. And some people can do 7, of course, as you know, but they're, the better, more professional jugglers. Just the energy, I think it's about the energy and the fun and the challenge, the personal challenge, yeah. And always learning new tricks and flexibility. I always call it a gym on a square meter. You can do so much on just 1 square meter, and yeah. And juggling is really just to, give them some fun and show them that they can learn really fast, and to talk about the brains and how they work and how your habits are formed and hold you back. And if you can break through the habits, like as I go back to the catch reflex we were talking about, if you can break through that and realize that that's a metaphor for many barriers that we have in our own lives, and you can identify them, you can either break through them yourself or you can get coaching to help you, and that can accelerate your personal development.
And if you say the sentence "life for me is," how would you continue that?
Life for me is getting up every morning with a big smile.
Everyone had a big smile on the face when we experienced the concept of the Nomads Business School on the open evening. Peter Spindler is not the headmaster, he is the so-called facilitator of your amazing life.
Nomads it's a lot about personal development. Who am I? Personal development. How do I develop as a person? Which is one of the most important questions, I think. Which I think every university should ask their students to ask themselves. Who am I? Because this is the starting point, according to me, for learning.
We believe we need people who can shake the world, rock their life, and go out to do meaningful work. We are committed to offering a platform together with our students for them to grow, share, and shine on the learning journey to becoming a change maker.
Within an hour, we got a glimpse of a day at Nomads. We dive directly deep in our dreams and emotions.
Each of us are going to tell a story where we felt some kind of positive change. Whatever you connect with positive change. And the others write down the emotions and feelings they hear is connected.
With the feelings the others got extracted from our moments, we had to create a startup business and present it to the others.
Nomads is so much more human-centered and less test scores oriented and whatnot, and it's also a place more for exploration than for sitting in front of a lecture for 2 hours. It's hands-on, it's explorative, it's not just based in the classroom, it's experimenting, it's going to businesses, it's getting coached, it's going in the park and journaling and figuring out what the heck you're going to do with your project. So it's very much it's a whole sphere that addresses who you are as an entire person.